Howdy y'all, this here's a handy redneck coming at you. I was gonna save this for next week, but I decided my tomatoes just getting too leggy in the inside. And since tomorrow's the first day of spring, we'll go ahead and plant them out here and get them covered up in some plastic, and they'll be alright, I think. But a couple of these plants, uh, are dank near 18 inches or taller. So we're gonna see about planting them down the center of this here bed. I got 12 plants and 8 feet of bed to plant them in, so I'm actually going to plant them a little bit tighter than I should. Generally speaking, it's 1 square foot per tomato. I'm probably going to do about one every 8 inches just to try to squeeze them in. So we start here. And because they are so tall, we're going to try to get down as deep as we can. I don't know how deep we can get, because underneath the soil here we got straw and wood underneath. Deeper in this bed is a hugelkultur setup. So, but look at how tall that thing is. That's just way too tall. But what we're going to do here is we'll get it out of this cup. As you can see, it's got pretty good roots on it. But what we're going to do, since it is so tall, so we're actually going to bend it like this and carefully plant it this way. Now, since this is a tomato, and it is what it is, it's got little hairs on it. And I don't know if you can see them or not. I'll bring one closer to you. Hopefully we can see them. But there's little hairs all along there. And those will develop into roots if they get buried or touch the ground or whatnot. So, as you saw, we kind of bent that lasting over itself, and it was up to there, and now it's only that tall above the ground. So, you know, in theory, all those little hairs that we stuck under the ground should develop into new roots, and those roots should give that plant a super good start. Now here we go again. Got us another one. As you can see, it's got some good roots on it. We're going to carefully try to bend this one too. I don't know if it's going to bend so good. Oh, it didn't bend so bad. It wasn't so bad. I think we're going to try to put this next one right here. And then another one right here. Like I said, we got 12 plants. I might save a couple of the shorter ones and put them in buckets. I do have a couple of buckets up there that we can plant into. Shouldn't be a problem. It's just these big tall ones that, you know, feel bad for them because they're getting way too leggy. Actually, let's adjust that hole a little bit this way. Yeah, I got 12 plants to put into 8 feet. I'm going to put the 4 smallest ones into 2 buckets, so we'll be doing that. These things here are solo cups that I put holes in the bottom of. And once we get all these planted, we'll put the plastic back over the top of it, and you'll get to see that too. So I know you all don't normally get to see that part. Let's get to the other end to get some put in down there. Try to get them spaced. Whew. I'll tell you what though, some of these things have some real pretty roots on them. But they were definitely starting to get root bound. Now this one here, it's in a smaller cup. I started with these smaller cups and then I potted up. This one got late. It came up late and that's why it's still in its small cup. But if you look, I mean, look at all those roots. It's gonna do good. So we're gonna get it in here. Get it buried. All those little hairs. Gonna make lots more roots. Alright, last one for this bed. So it looks like I'm struggling with them a little bit. That's with the holes a little bit. That's because in some places I'm hitting straw and wood higher than I thought it was in there. But that's okay. Again, this is a hugelkultur slash square foot gardening raised bed system. It's a mix with a little bit of everything. You know, tried to take best practices from everything we could and put into this here bed. So, what we got left, as you can see, we got 8 tomatoes planted. We got these 4 left. I'll do another video on putting them in buckets, but right now we need to get the plastic back over these so they don't get too cold. And I have been bringing them in and out of the house for the last couple of days to help acclimate them a bit. However, they're still not going to be used to full hard sun. So the plastic, once we get it put back over, we're going to leave the ends of the tunnel here open and allow airflow. But the plastic on top is actually going to work to diffuse the sun a little bit so it's not full on hot sunlight. Hi, Bubba. Now, custom built. Just a piece of 2x4 wire with a piece of baling string in between to help keep it shaped. This is going to help support the plastic in the middle and whatnot. Later on during the year, this will get converted into like a beam trellis. I'm going to take our plastic. Turn sideways. Okay, so we got the plastic over it, but as you can see, a good breeze comes along and we ain't got no more plastic. What we got is some baling twine tied together that we're gonna droop around. Okay, we got it drooped around, and so what we're going to do now, take a excess piece of pipe, and we're going to spin it a couple times, use it to tighten up. See how nice and tight she gets. Well, once she's tight, that plastic ain't gonna just fly off. So we can pull this up through here. And make a little bit of a wind tunnel. And to keep it up, we got another piece of tubing. You can use old garden hose for this. I just happen to have some clear hose that are split down the side, but you can use a piece of garden hose. You know, lay it over the plastic and that piece of PVC, and that'll actually hold her up. Now I'll get the other end done right quick. Now again, this is just to allow airflow through there so it doesn't get too hot or too humid, because if it gets too humid in there because of getting warm, well then if we do have a cold snap, well that cold water will drip down onto the plants and kill them. So there we go. 8 tomato plants planted, and I'll be back a little later today showing you the ones that we put in the buckets. The same concept, we're just going to bury them deep, and we're going to put 2 per bucket, but I'll catch that on video for y'all too. So thanks for letting me talk at y'all. Handy Redneck, I'll talk at you later.